Hello out there in YouTube land. This is what I've been working on for the last 2 days. I thought it was going to be a little bit easier to get it running. It's halfway running. I have it for sale. A lot of people knew that I had 6 or 7 of these for sale, and it was a lot thing. I wanted to get rid of them all at one shot, and that didn't work out. Well, when I put the ad in the Craigslist and eBay and wherever it got to, everybody wanted this one, everybody wanted this one, everybody wanted this one. So I thought this one here would, I don't know, it kind of surprised me. Anyhow, all the junk ones sold. Well, the good one was the 1 ton. Then there was another complete one that was a real good one, and then I had 3 that were real parters. So however it makes that, and there's still 2 more frames and junk back there, but I'm just going to probably scrap all that. In fact, there's a piece of one that the guy didn't want. Anyhow, I got into this thing and I reached inside. I wanted to make sure. The first thing I did was, this thing hadn't run in 2 to 3 years, somewhere around there. So the first thing I did was pull out all the spark plugs. Got an old flat head, they call it a Super Hurricane. So I pulled out all the spark plugs, blew it all off first, then loosened spark plugs, blew them out again, so if there's any crud down there, get out. Then I put about 3 squirts of oil in there, and then I grabbed a hold of the fan there and pulled it on over, and it pulled easy. I was pleased. So then I got a battery out of another Jeep, put it in here, put it down in the hole down in there, and hit the starter over there, and went whoomp, and it locked up. I go, oh crap, man, and I couldn't budge that fan. I said, man, I guess that's all she wrote. Then I started thinking about it. The starter started, then stopped. So I pulled the starter, and sure enough, after I pulled the starter, I could turn the fan again. So I knew the problem was down in there. And also, after I pulled the starter, I noticed a mouse nest all wrapped up in there. So I knew what I had to do. I had to drop the pan underneath in the bell housing. We're going to climb underneath here. Oh, this is what I've been climbing on, man. I'm so wore out. We're climbing under the Jeep cab over. See this? This had to be taken down. Well, it was all oily and greasy. I cleaned up while I was there. It must have had 2 massive handfuls of hickory nuts down in the bottom half, and then the top half it must have had, oh my goodness, I don't know, another 2 handfuls of grass where I guess the mouse filled up. Can you see that hole up there? That's where the rascal got in. So, and they filled that thing up to just about that level there. Well, not that level. It was down to here. So I got all that out. It cranked over, put the plugs back in, put some ether in there. I don't have the gas running into it yet, and it fired. It ran on ether, so I'm pretty pleased with that. So it's running now. But the next thing is to get the gas cleaned up. I put a muffler on it. It's not great. It needs to be, raised up and welded and all that stuff. But once it's functional, anything around here, once it becomes functional, that's all she is. So if I sell it, I sell it. If I don't, I don't. Oh lordy, I got the hubs off of it that I wanted to take off. You got to have hubs on these things because that's your step to get inside. You put 1 foot here and then go inside. This was the muffler. It was supposed to be about 2 foot long, but it wasn't. It's an old rust bucket. I think most of these are, but the door shuts all right. They're all bent there. This thing holds a winch tucked down in there. In fact, it's in the back of the Kubota. I'll show it to you. Winch down in there. It has an old antique Myers power angle blade. It's got the PTO on it that has to be installed. That goes on the back of the bell housing. I'm missing one of these flares. Look at that. I redid the seat, as you can see. The back I haven't redone yet, but if I don't sell it, don't get a decent amount of money for it, I guess that's where the mouse got all of his nest at. That looks gross down in there. Anyhow, if it doesn't sell, I'm gonna go ahead and take that seat out and get it reupholstered so it's nice. There's your step. We'll look underneath. Let's see. We'll look underneath this side here just to show you. This is what I've been laying on the ground working on for the last couple days. There's the transfer case. Oh, it comes in. Here's a power unit. Up here is, this thing has a Jayhawk dump on it. Can you see that? So this got a dump dump body on it. So it actually was pretty handy here. I've used it a lot of times. I guess I said that was a power booster of some sort. There's the bell housing thing up there that was full. I cleaned it all up and painted it. While I had it down, I can paint that. So, all right. If I do keep it, you guys have seen that 1-ton axle, 1-ton dually axle that'll fit under here just fine. So if I keep it, I'll probably cut these edges off here, extend this out to cover the dual axles, and put dual axle on this thing, a dually on the back, just for grins. They look neat, and just keep the standard wheels in the front. So anyhow, that's I got 2 days of work in it. There's another who knows how. Can you see right here? Some idiot, me. Bobcats. Now, I'm not a good driver. In my youth, I wasn't a great driver, but I was an okay driver. Now, as I'm getting older, I'm a bad driver. And in that Kubota, we had a ride for that. See, I'll have to bend that back in there. I'm a rotten driver now. So don't, if you see me on the road, you just pull over and let me go by, you know. Doesn't matter. And I'll put a note on the front of my car, so if you see that note that says crazy driver coming, get out of the way, then you know to get out of the way. So that'll make things easier for me too, getting from place to place. I know you do that. So anyhow, that's this. We're going back. These are going to be out of order. I'm getting about ready to go back and saw a log, which I'm going to post the log being sawed tonight. So they're going to be out of order, because if I don't saw a log pretty soon, you guys are going to abandon me. That's why I got to work on the gas tank. Damn lid's off of it. Anyhow, darn lid. Excuse me. I got to say, let's see, if you like this movie, hit like. If you don't like this movie, hit don't like and send it to, let me think, who can you send it to that you hate the most? Well, if you don't like it, send it to somebody you hate the most. If you do like it, send it to one friend for me if you don't mind. And we're heading, oh, I was going to show you the winch. We're heading back to the sawmill. There's the winch that gets tucked up underneath there. I'm so daggone forgetful, it's rough. Sometimes I even so forgetful I forget to get out of bed. Anyhow, heading back to the sawmill. I'm going to show you sharpening the sawmill, but you already seen it by the time you've seen this movie, so it doesn't make any difference. So over and out. Bye-bye.